Muy buena gente, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo de Edo y hoy estamos con Genshin Impact. No tengo nada más que decir, pues continuemos. Ok, vamos allá.
What do you want?
Gracias por ayudarnos.
No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. We're even. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they might harass you again in the future. All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something to ask you about! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story about certain something, no?
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that?
Soy un estudiante de la academia.
A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Quizá podría negociarlo y llegar a un acuerdo. Sé una o dos cosas sobre cómo pelear.
Huh? Oh, yeah! He's really strong! Weren't you saying something about a physical exchange? We can help with that.
He doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Maybe not, but he can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from from guys like that. Those hot-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting. Even if you don't go alone, you won't regret taking us with you.
All right. I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, I'll give you one of their addresses, and you can try your luck. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information, does that mean you can tell us exactly what we're after?
You were willing to part with 500,000 Mora for something and you didn't even know what it was? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they become hostile. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it too. What else?
Parece que es un tipo de conocimiento.
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before. This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? My mind can't tell what it is. It looks like some kind of ornament.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. It's like a miniature Akasha. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents.
¿Cualquiera?
Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites.
That's amazing!
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess or trade them. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for them by the Akasha and wish to change their fate. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to Mora for the Eremites. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and hapless academia students. Well, I think that about sums it up.
He oído que la academia ha perdido algo recientemente. Tal vez la academia perdiera una cápsula de conocimiento.
Oh, so that's your true objective.
Quiero saber más sobre eso.
With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer.
¿Qué tengo que hacer?
You're still resolved. Fine. Let's talk somewhere with fewer people.
Por aquí.
Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something.
¿De qué se trata?
I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing she won't dare to sell. She's guarded against people from the academia because most of her wares don't comply with academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is my condition for further collaboration.
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Fine. So how do we go about doing this?
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address and their contact password. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers who she deems to have good taste. I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares and earn her approval.
What? We only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time! We don't know how to tell which ones are good and which ones are bad. Is that something we can learn quickly?
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight?
Puedo usarla.
Oh? That's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard. Anyway... Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same to Paimon.
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
How'd it go? Did you see
Realmente,
anything?
realmente un brillo verde. La de la izquierda brilla con más intensidad.
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in Dendro energy. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the Mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any more left over, just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately. Your efforts will be for naught if they catch you.
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. Like I said, the Academia has banned both their trade and possession. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's the time.
Estoy dispuesto a correr riesgo.
Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find me at the Wikela Funduk. We'll have an open discussion then.
Looking at what Alhacen wrote,
Vamos allá.
Dory's informant is a trader near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Vale, ahí es.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Queremos comprar frutos arra crudos. Queremos comprar algunos frutos arra sin madurar.
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Hyman doesn't think it was that on the paper.
Tienes un es otro.
What a unique palate. We have unripe hara fruits, but we usually keep them in the back. I'll have someone escort you.
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe hara fruits. Show them to the warehouse.
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing mourning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
The seas are calm and the sky is blue.
No me deja hacer la misión porque tengo que hacer otra. A ver, es que está al lado.
Port Ormos is pretty great. There's so many new and interesting things, not to mention all the tasty food. Sumeru's largest commercial port sure lives up to its name. Look at all the merchants, and everyone seems excited just to be here.
No todo el mundo diría yo.
How did things end up like this?
All thanks to your artistic license. That's how. I should have made you wait until we got an update from Tanja.
But when I finished the prototype Aranara yesterday, you agreed that the kids would like it. That's why we tried bringing it out for a test run today.
Well, I never thought they'd dislike it so much.
Oh, what should we do?
¿Ves? Eso de ahí no suena muy contentos.
Whoa. Yeah. Compared to everyone else, they seem really down in the dumps. Let's go find out what's going on. Hey there. Paimon's name is Paimon, and he's a traveler who is just passing by. Is there something bothering you?
Oh, I noticed you two a moment ago. Welcome to Akara Crafts, the best toy store in Port Ormos. At least for now. What's bothering us is this prototype Aranara. to start with, could I, get your opinion on it?
Prototype Aranara? You mean this wood carving here? Looks like a mushroom monster to Paimon.
Suena el nombre de arma, no parece muy alegre.
Oh, there we have it. The verdict is in. What a headache.
Not the first negative feedback we've had.
So, what exactly is a prototype Aranara?
So for context, Aranara are magical creatures in Sumeru fairy tales that live in the forest. For the store's 20th anniversary, we plan to release a series of hand-carved toys based on the Aranara stories that kids know and love. This is a prototype we made to get an idea of how they would react. But when we put it out there, the reaction was not quite what we'd anticipated.
They thought it looked like a mushroom too, huh?
No, worse than that, actually. I can't quite describe it, though. And I'm also not very good with kids. Maybe you could ask them for yourselves.
This is not an Aranara. No way. I've read Uncle Tanja's Aranara and the Ill Little Fungus. It says that Aranara are supposed to be chubby and squishy. The carving looks nothing like that.
Toys do look better when they're round and chubby. Uncle Tanja said in Aranara's vow that you can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. This carving makes me feel lost and confused inside. I don't think the creator put his heart into it at all. It's nothing like an Aranara. Ooh, didn't put his heart into it, huh? Oh, sounds like one of those things that's easier said than understood.
Cassid and Alia didn't like this carving, but I think it's okay. It doesn't look too happy, so it's kind of pitiful in a cute way.
Oh, a positive review!
Yeah, so I would totally ask my dad to get it for me, if it wasn't meant to be an Aranara.
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse. We asked the children for their opinions.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, grown on them at all?
Ahora sé cómo se siente.
Oh, this is such a shame. Why isn't Tanja back from Gandharvaville yet?
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an Uncle Tanja, too. Who is he exactly?
Uncle Tanja is a famous children's author here in Port Ormos. He wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular among children. Just like our prototype Aranara. But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment or something, and suddenly the children loved every one of his stories.
That's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories, too. The whole reason we decided to make these carvings was because we saw just how popular the Aranara are among children. We asked Tanja for guidance, but right after he agreed, he went off to Gandharvaville with his son to look for inspiration. They haven't returned yet. We were running out of time, so we had no choice but to carve an Aranara based on our own imaginations. As you can see, this was the result.
Oh, we have to do something. Hey, since you're the famous traveler, could you do us a favor and look for Tanja in Gandharvaville, he doesn't have to come in person if he's too busy. Just ask him to write down his suggestions and bring his notes back to us, if you could. Please, if only to put a smile on the children's faces. And, of course, you'll be well compensated for doing us the favor.
They seem pretty desperate. Let's help them out. To see the kids smile. And also for our reward.
Bien, lo haré por los niños.
Yep, let's do it.
Ok, también iba a decir porque tú quieres la recompensa. Yo realmente hubiera elegido el de abajo. Bueno, al menos me libro de tomarme todo ese camino.
So Tanger's supposed to be here in Gandharvaville looking for inspiration. But how do we find him? Should we yell his name at the top of our lungs?
No parece una gran idea. Eso solo servir para alertar a los guardabosques.
Hey, buddy. What's your name? What are you doing here all alone? Do you live in Gandharvaville? Regardless, don't worry. As a trainee forest ranger, I'll do everything I can to help you. Hi, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm Rozzy. Don't mind me. I know the way back to Gandharvaville. When people say, don't mind me, what they really mean is don't worry about me. That's all the more reason not to leave you alone. Hey, don't cry. What's wrong? Take your time. You can tell me all about it.
Huh. That voice sounds familiar. I once heard it somewhere before.
Es Coley.
Oh, it's Kale! And a child who seems to be upset. Hi, Kale. How have you been?
Paimon and Traveler. I've been doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. I'm helping Master Tainari patrol the forest. What brings...
We're here on an errand. We heard your voice, so we thought we'd come ask you for help. You seem kinda busy, though.
I'll be fine. You go help them first, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm okay, really. The sand got into my eyes, that's all.
What a well-mannered child.
No podemos ignorarle sin más.
Sand? There is not a lot of sand in a forest. You keep saying you're okay because you don't want us to know what you're upset about, right? Maybe. That's exactly why you have to get it off your chest. Here's a trick. If you're keeping a secret that bothers you, you can try telling it all to a tree hollow. A tree hollow? Yeah, a tree hollow. Do you know Tanja's stories? The Aranara living in the forest will patiently listen to every word children say. Maybe there really are Aranara living in the tree hollows that will listen to you. You like the Aranara stories too? Of course! I love them! Oh, people who like Aranara are the best! Okay, I'll try telling my secret to a tree hollow. Thanks, Miss Forest Ranger. You know everything. Aw, you're just exaggerating. Anyway, I'm trying to be like my friend, who always does her best to cheer people up when they seem sad. So, how are you doing? Feeling any better now? The forest is very dangerous, so how about we stick together? Sure.
Wow, Kale's so good with kids.
Eres una guardabosque realmente responsable. Has manejado la situación muy bien.
Well, helping children who are lost in the rainforest is all part of a forest ranger's duty. So, what was it you wanted help with? You're not lost too, are you?
No, nada de eso. En realidad queremos ir a lo más profundo del bosque.
Okay, so you're looking for a children's author from Port Olmos called Tanja. Wait. When you say Tanja, do you mean the Tanja?
That's right, Uncle Tanger.
So he's in the area? Looking for inspiration for a new story as we speak? This is amazing. Could you wait for me for a second? I'll run Rozzy back to Gandharvaville and then I'll be right back. I've always been curious what the man behind those incredible stories is like in person.
Tal vez sea un caballero al que le gusta estar solo. A lo mejor proviene de una gran familia. A lo mejor es familia lejana de la reina menor Kusanali.
Tanja's just a normal guy. Even so, he must be more creative than most people. Wait, hold on. Rossi, do you mean you've met Tanja before? Mm-hmm. He's my dad.
Your dad? Tanja's your dad? As in you're Tanja's son?
Uh-huh.
Ah, Paimon sees. That guy at Akara Crafts told us that Tanja brought his son along with him. So he meant Razi. Why are you here on your own, though? Did you and Tanja get separated?
We had an argument. I was upset, so I ran off here by myself. Oh, in that case, we should take you back to Gandharville first. Then we'll look for your dad and tell him where you are. No, I'm good. Thanks for your advice, Kale. I'm not so upset anymore. Come with me. I'll take you to him.
Yay! Thanks, Razi! Paimon thought we'd be spending the whole day looking for him.
Genial.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe I'm actually gonna meet thee, Tanja! Oh.
Oh yeah, nuevo personaje. ¡Qué suerte, tío! ¡Qué suerte!
I know this place pretty well. Follow me.
No me esperaba eso.
Rosie! Where are you, Rosie?
Someone's calling for Razi over there.
Oh, Rosie! Thank goodness I finally found you. What would I do without you, my son? Were you in danger? Did the wild beasts scare you? Did the stars guide your way?
I'm okay. All thanks to their help.
Thank you. Thank you all. I dare say that even the most cold-hearted Spino crocodile would be moved to tears by your kindness.
Oh, it's nothing. It's all part of my responsibility as a trainee forest ranger. I'm the one who should thank you for creating so many wonderful stories for the children of Sumeru. I love them too.
Really? I didn't know anyone read my stories apart from young children. That must mean you're still in touch with your inner child. Okay, then. I have the inspiration for my next story. It shall be about an Aranara granny who's a child at heart.
Huh? It's an honor to become the source of your inspiration.
Whoa. Kale looks like she's about to pass out. Hey Kale, are you okay?
I'm okay. Sorry. I just got a little too excited.
Are you two story lovers as well? Yes. The moment I saw you, the image of an aura giant and an aura finch traveling together popped into my mind.
En realidad, alguien necesita su ayuda.
Oh? Who asked for my help? My sincerest apologies, but I have fans all over Sumeru. Trying to remember every last one is like trying to identify each grain of sand in the desert.
Seems like Tanja has a slightly exaggerated view of what it means to be a children's author. Also, Paimon's not a finch. That's nothing to get excited about.
Dejemos las bromas para otro momento.
Akara Crafts. Akara... Oh, right. I remember now. That small boat once sailed into the sea of my memory, but before long it floated away over the horizon, never to be seen again. Perhaps for the best. After all, a wild tempest was a-raging in Tangier Harbor.
What? Paimon has no idea what he's saying.
Yo tampoco.
What should we do? Do you think we should get Tainari to take a look at him?
Dad's saying he forgot about helping the people at Akara Crafts learn more about Aranara because right now he has something more important to do.
Oh, that's what he meant! Well, there it is! All the proof you needed that this kid is definitely... Wait, no, this isn't the time for all that. Tanja, your help is pretty vital to the the toy makers. You gotta do something.
But the garden that blooms before my eyes is of greater importance, for therein lies the beautiful Patisara that all the children of Sumeru dream of. I, Tanger, have found evidence of Aranara activity right here in the Avidia forest, conclusively proving that Aranara not only exist in stories, but in real life too. If I manage to document the first real-life Aranara sighting, the petty problems that perplex Akara Crafts will be untangled in no time. Meanwhile, I may well be able to leverage this to assume leadership of the academia. Then all across Sumeru will know of the great Tanger living in humble Port Ormos.
I haven't written any papers myself, but I think you need to have a bunch of them approved by the review board before entering the academia. You also need a detailed and objective experiment record. Anyway, Tanja, what did you mean by evidence of Aranara activity?
The hook's what's important in a story. The great storyteller Tanger never gives his audience the bait right away. Come with me.
Wait, not that way.
Kale, what's wrong?
Nothing. But that way leads us deeper into the Avidia forest. I'm just concerned for Tanja's safety. And I think I'm starting to understand why Razi and Tanja were fighting.
Parece que hay algo detrás de todo esto. ¿Se refiere al secreto que Razi no quiso contarnos?
Just as I expected, the promise of one of my stories has kept you hot on my heels.
But this is just an ordinary tree hollow. Heimat's not seeing any evidence of Aranara.
You can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. Look with your heart and you too will understand.
Heimat's not sure what look with your heart means, but anyway, let's start by investigating the area around this tree hollow.
Uy, me confundí botón.
Hey, look! There's a note here! Could this be... The handwriting's so hard to read! Do Aranara need to learn about mushroom classification? Here's another note that says, "This tree hollow is my castle." That sounds more like something in Aranara from the... There's another one here! If only I were a clever Aranara. A clever Aranara. Is the emphasis on clever or Aranara?
How does it feel to bear witness to a groundbreaking discovery? Exciting, isn't it?
¿Qué tiene de descubrimiento? Parece la nota de un niño.
The crude handwriting may look like a child's, but don't forget, we're in the middle of a rainforest. I doubt that a child would be able to reach this deep into the forest, and I doubt even more that they would think of this lowly tree hollow as some sort of impenetrable castle. I boldly hypothesize that this tree hollow is in fact the Aranara's academia. The notes we saw were written by the Aranara themselves. An Aranara that wasn't so bright left a note here wishing to become a clever Aranara. Oh, I shall craft a new story for them and call it The Aranara in the Tree Hollow. How's that? Don't the very words just conjure up images of Aranara in your mind's eye?
Nope.
Para nada.
Well, many an adventurer knows how to take to the skies with their easily visible wind gliders, yet they do not possess the invisible wings of imagination, making it hard for them to keep up with my train of thought. How about you, Miss Forest Ranger? Do you soar into the atmosphere on the wings of imagination?
Huh? Me? I don't know. Maybe I do, but maybe not. Anyway, it has nothing to do with me, so...
Coley, ¿qué te pasa? ¿Estás bien? ¿Te encuentras bien?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that witnessing Tanja's creative process is a little...
Overwhelming.
Oh, yes. Yes, overwhelming.
For now, I've decided to stay here with Razi until we witness the legendary moment when the Aranara appear in this hollow. Don't worry, I won't let the Akara Crafts toy makers down. When a real Aranara appears, their little troubles will be resolved in an instant.
He seems pretty stubborn. Looks like we'll have to stay here and wait a little longer.
No, I think we should return to our camp first. Tanja, in Aranara and the Three Little Fungus, it says that Aranara are very sensitive creatures. I don't think they'll show up if we stay here.
Oh? Was that in the story? Ah, yes, I remember now. Miss Forest Ranger, you sure know your stuff. In that case, let's go back to camp and call it a day. We'll continue our search for evidence first thing in the morning.
Uy, ya que fue el botón. Estaba por aquí. Ah, vale. Pues no, no es aquí. Ah, claro. Pero lo que tengo que hacer es cambiar la hora. Vale.
Traveler, wake up!
¿Qué ocurre?
It's not the Aranara. It's Kale. She's gone. Oh, Paimon's been worried about Kale since last night. Even though she kept telling us she was okay after we saw the evidence of Aranara activity, she's been acting kind of strange.
Yo también me di cuenta.
Anyway, let's go find her. Hey, look! Aren't these Kale's footprints? But why are they headed towards the tree hollow?
Vamos a dejarlo aquí el capítulo, si no se me va a alargar mucho. Y buena gente, esto es todo por hoy. Si os ha gustado, darle like, comentar lo que os ha parecido, compartirlo y suscribiros. Dejaré mis redes sociales en la descripción. Y bueno, no tengo nada más que decir, pues hasta el siguiente vídeo. Chao.